I have a quick question, as long as we're asking questions.
Sure.
What is the state's jurisdiction over us?
Well, this authority, not so much just for the moratorium, but for any ban that we might pass, the authority comes from a New York State Home Rule authority written into the New York State Constitution that local jurisdictions have the authority to zone out, completely zone out certain industrial activities they deem harmful or a threat to public health and safety. So far, that authority has held up in the courts. You might be aware that two communities, Dryden and Middlefield, passed bans. And in those two, and others have as well, but in those two communities, their bans were challenged in the courts. The lower court in New York State, District Court, upheld the authority of the jurisdictions to pass such a zoning restriction. It went to the next court, to the appellate court in New York State. They also supported it. Not satisfied with that, the losers took it off to the New York State Court of Appeals, which is the highest court, and currently that, I don't know if the case has been heard, but it certainly hasn't been decided. It should be within the next few months, I would think. So, first of all, it's possible that the court, the highest court in the state, could say, oh, well, we thought you had that authority, but now we decided you don't have that authority. Or the executive branch of the state could possibly preempt such authority. So it's vulnerable. But right now there is a right of jurisdictions to engage in such a lawmaking. Yes, it's a very exciting time, actually, to see what that court decides. We are all waiting with bated breath.
Yes, Mark.
I read in Sunday's paper, I'm not sure whether it was the Rochester paper or the New York Times now, that Allegheny County sits over not the Marcellus shale that they're drilling right now, but a much deeper shale.
Utica shale.
Yeah. And that therefore, we might not be as vulnerable so soon. So I found that interesting. It doesn't mean that we should not continue
Right.
the moratorium, but evidently there are different levels of this gas-filled shale.
Yeah, that's why the state's 5 counties, remember the state came out with this, we're gonna allow this in 5 counties in New York State? Steuben was as far west as that came. It went Steuben and over for that reason. It was really where that Marcellus was thickest and most economical, I guess.
Right.
So we would be the next phase, or our share would be.